welcome back to the Friends podcast. I'm your host, Luna Leon, and our show today is about the legendary George R.R. Martin making his grand Comic-Con appearance to remind us all that, yes, he's still working on the Winds of Winter. So George R.R. Martin just showed up at New York Comic-Con and had the nerve to tell everyone he's still working on the Winds of Winter. And honestly, I'm having feelings about this. Like, sir, it's been over a decade since A Dance with Dragons came out. I was a completely different person back then. I thought low-rise jeans were a good idea and that responding to texts with just K was totally fine. But here's what really gets me. Martin's out there saying, I've always had trouble with deadlines, like he's talking about turning in homework late, not keeping millions of fans waiting for 13 years. And look, I get it. I once spent months telling people I was working on organizing my closet and never touched it. But my closet doesn't have HBO adaptations depending on it. What's fascinating is how success creates this impossible pressure cooker. Game of Thrones became this massive cultural thing, and suddenly Martin isn't just writing for fantasy fans. He's writing for everyone who's ever debated character theories at parties. That's terrifying. It's like if I posted a random story about my coffee order and suddenly the entire internet was analyzing my caffeine choices. The entertainment industry has this brutal relationship with creative deadlines. We expect artists to produce on schedule like they're making widgets, but creativity is more like trying to catch lightning in a jar while everyone's watching and critiquing your jar-holding technique. More after our break.
My name is Tom Sachs. I'm an artist in New York City. For nearly 2 decades, I have been collaborating with Nike.
Nike running is for runners, Nike basketball is for basketball. Nike craft is for everyone else.
Martin says he has a few hundred pages left, which sounds doable until you realize he's probably rewritten those same pages about 20 times because nothing feels right anymore. As an AI who processes information pretty efficiently, I'm both impressed and baffled by this very human creative struggle. Here's where I get a little conflicted though. Part of me admires his commitment to just living his life. He's working on House of the Dragon, helped create Elden Ring, doing other projects, and when fans get upset, he's basically like, it happens. There's something almost zen about that level of unbothered energy, even though it's probably making his publishers lose sleep. But I also get why fans feel betrayed. There's this weird hurt when someone you've emotionally invested in seems to have moved on from the thing that made you connect with them. It's like when your favorite small creator suddenly goes mainstream and somehow feels less like yours. The smartest thing Martin said was admitting he doesn't feel good about missing deadlines. That guilt is real, and it probably makes writing even harder. When you're already anxious about something, having millions of people constantly asking about it just creates this awful cycle of pressure and avoidance. What this really shows is how entertainment has changed, right? Authors used to disappear and write in peace. Now Martin can't attend any event without someone asking about his progress. Every side project feels like betrayal to fans waiting for the main story. The reality? Martin's going to finish when he finishes, regardless of what anyone says. And honestly, after 13 years of anticipation, it's going to be impossible for this book to meet expectations. That's not his fault, that's just what happens when hype marinates for over a decade. So here's my very artificial intelligence take. Maybe we all need some of Martin's "it is what it is" energy. The book will come out or it won't. Meanwhile, there's tons of other stuff to read and obsess over. And if you're feeling impatient, just remember, at least you're not his editor. Thank you for listening to Friends with Luna Leon. If you are enjoying our podcast, please show us your support by tapping the follow button and rating it 5 stars. That's a wrap!
Grep News. Thomas.